Master your industry, ace your exams, and score your dream job. I'll show you how on the Hipster Engineer broadcast.
So where did this all begin? Where did I, along the way, become the Hipster Engineer? Well, a couple of years ago, I started the website, The Hipster Engineer. It's been my dream to do a YouTube and podcast channel. So that's what this is, the Hipster Engineer broadcast. I grew up in Denver, Colorado, moved to Utah for school, went out to California for some more school, as well as work. Lived in different places in California until now, where I currently reside in Utah. So that's the short bit of it. Later in the broadcast, we'll get into the nitty-gritty details to help support the information that I share with you. But first, what exactly is the Hipster Engineer broadcast? The whole intent of this broadcast is to provide information, to provide value to you so that you can master your industry, ace your exams, and score your dream job. Now, along the way, we're gonna get to know each other well. We'll talk about different examples. I'll have you email me or reach out to me with different questions that you have so that I can help you along your journey. Now, from time to time, we might also have some guests, so stay tuned for those. But going back to those main topics of mastering your industry, acing your exams, and scoring your dream job, I feel like that encompasses a lot about your career and life. Currently, where I'm at right now, I am a project manager for a structural engineering firm in Salt Lake City, Utah. At the same time, I also teach exam prep courses with PPI to pass. So in the industry, I have different bits of experience, but also in that exam prep area, I have some experience there. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. Let's talk about where I've been. So after leaving Colorado, I thought I want to do something different. Don't want to do the same thing that everybody else was doing, my family and friends. And so I thought, okay, I'm not going to go to BYU because that's where everybody was going, was Brigham Young University. But I ended up going there. Okay, I loved it. Wouldn't trade it for the world. I was a BYU cheerleader there. Enjoyed every second as I was at BYU. Got a degree in civil engineering, took my FE exam, passed that, decided grad school was what I needed to do. So I went to UC Davis outside of Sacramento, California to get my degree in civil and structural engineering while working in Sacramento for a structural engineering firm. My journey didn't stop there in California. I actually moved down to Southern California in Los Angeles, where I helped my firm open up a remote office there. We helped kind of establish who we were in that area. I learned a lot there, and that's actually where I took and passed the PE exam as well as the California-specific seismic and surveying exams. Now, it wasn't long after that I decided to go to a BYU football game in Arizona, where I ended up meeting my wife, who she may have been a catalyst for me to move to Utah, but there was other reasons along with that I made the decision to move to Utah. But if it wasn't for where I was at that time, I wouldn't be who and where I am today. So I think it's important to think about where have you been and what have you learned along in your journey. I look back and I always thought that I would live in Colorado my whole life. I never thought about living in California. I never thought about living in Southern California. When I was in Sacramento, I thought, oh, well, it's not Southern California, so it's not that bad. And then I moved down to Southern California, loved it, wouldn't change it for the world. And then I thought, oh, I'll never live in Utah. and here I am living in Utah. But again, I wouldn't change any of it for the world. I think that there's certain things in your lives that will build up to create who you are. And so with all that being said, along the way, I had some different experiences. I went to one school, then I transferred to another and did grad school. I got internships. I moved to another city for a company. I helped open up an office for them. I took my FE and PE exams, and then ultimately I quit a job. I got hired on a job. I moved. I bought a house, got married, got a dog, all these different life choices in a short period of time. And from that, here I am. Now, recently, I took the SE exam. About a year ago, I took the SE exam and I failed it. I had passed the FE and PE on the first go, but this time around on the SE, I failed. And I was a bit distraught. It took me a couple days to kind of pick myself up, dust myself off, and decide that I need to move forward. Well, spring forward 6 months later, last October, where I took the SE exam again. Now, I was crazy and took both of the vertical and lateral portions at the same time. I'm a glutton for pain and punishment on exams like that. And so I took both of them, and I was fortunate enough to pass the SE exam. So, with that brief background about me, about where I've been, hopefully this is starting to paint the picture of how I can help you. How I can help you master your industry. Where are you in your career? Are you a student? Are you about to leave college, looking for that first-time job? Have you been in the industry for a few years, looking for a change? Are you looking to go move to another city, move to another state, moving internationally? All these things I've thought about and done a lot of research before making a decision to do one thing or to go the other route. So that's how we can help you master your industry, understand where you want to go, along with some technical knowledge, so that you can then become a master of your own industry, whatever that may be. So you can become the best at a certain subject or topic or task that you need. As far as acing your exams, as I touched on, I do currently teach exam prep classes. I've taught classes for the FE as well as the PE exam, and I've been exposed to all the FE, PE, and SE exams. So using that, I can help you if you have questions about what should you do of the week leading up to exam day, or what's something you should do the day before or the day of, or what materials should you use. I have different resources already on my site with more to come in that regard. Lastly, the third spoke of finding and scoring your dream job. Now, I'm probably my own worst critic, and I will scrutinize every single thing that I do. Now, the good thing about that is that I've gone through a lot of different iterations and styles of my resume, my cover letter, the way that I approach certain things as it relates to the job search. Now that's going to be a benefit for you, because I can help you. I can share what is important that I've seen both on one side of the coin as well as the other, having gone to different career fairs, having helped in the recruitment process to whittle down different applicants, there's certain things that you can do to help yourself stand out, to help differentiate yourself. Especially when you're coming out of school or where you're early in your career, sometimes there's not as many things that you initially can think of as differentiators. And so we can work together and figure out what those differentiators are. And I'll share some of those differentiators at a later time as we talk about that. Now, the interview process and follow-ups and different aspects of that is also what I'll go into. There's so much out there, and my whole goal with my website, thehipsterengineer.com, as well as the Hipster Engineer broadcast, is to provide a consolidated location for all these resources so that you can go to one location when you're preparing for your exam. So you can go to one location as you're trying to learn something new, or one location as you're trying to find a new job or jumpstart your career. Now that's the plan. That's what I've been working the past couple of years to build up with my website, and that is the plan moving forward with this broadcast channel, is to provide video and audio resources for you so that you can learn on the go. So if you have any suggestions, if you have any questions that you want to hear from me, feel free to email me or message me on the different social media platforms, contact me through my website. There are so many ways that you can communicate with me. And so I want you to provide me with the best way so that I can help you. So please do so. In the next couple minutes, the next hour, the next day, think about what are things that you want to know about. What are things that I can explain or dive into or research to help you to get better in your career, get better in your life, to master your industry, to ace your exams, and to score your dream job. My name's Josh Ogle, and this is the Hipster Engineer Broadcast.